From the original Galaxy Fold all the way through the Z Fold 7, Samsung stuck to one shape for 7 straight generations, and this year they broke that formula completely. One foldable is now 2 completely different phones. Why the split? Which one's actually worth your money? And did they finally kill the crease? Stick around, because by the end of this, you'll know exactly which one is actually built for you. And seriously, before we go any further, if you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe, because we're about to go through the full breakdown, the reviews, the specs, and the facts nobody's talking about yet. The big shift, one phone becomes 2. After 7 generations of the same tall, narrow, book-style design, Samsung finally admitted something needed to change. So this year they split the lineup entirely. The Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra is the direct successor to last year's Z Fold 7. Same tall, productivity-focused shape, just refined further. The Galaxy Z Fold 8, on the other hand, is a completely different device. Shorter, wider, and closer to a passport shape when folded closed, borrowing design cues from Samsung's own back catalog as well as competitors in the space. That's not a small design tweak. That's Samsung essentially building 2 different philosophies of what a folding phone should be and letting the market decide which one wins. As Samsung itself put it when describing the split, their original Z Fold model has now advanced into the Z Fold 8 Ultra, while the standard Z Fold 8 has been completely redesigned with an all-new shape built for a different kind of user. Galaxy Z Fold 8, the wider, lighter option. The standard Z Fold 8 starts at $1,899.99 and comes in 3 storage tiers: 256 gigabytes, 512 gigabytes, and a full terabyte. It features a 7.6-inch inner display alongside a 5.5-inch cover screen, both using LTPO LED panels capable of a variable 1 to 120 Hz refresh rate, HDR10+, and peak brightness up to 3000 nits. The inner display resolution comes in at 1848 by 2448 pixels. It's powered by the same Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 chip found in the Ultra model, paired with up to 16 gigabytes of RAM on the top storage tier. So performance-wise, there's barely a gap between the 2 devices. The hinge itself has been reworked too, using a newer mechanism designed to make the display appear flatter and significantly reduce crease visibility compared to previous generations. Camera-wise, it keeps things simpler: a 50-megapixel main sensor paired with a 50-megapixel ultra-wide, but no telephoto lens and no S Pen support, which are 2 of the clearer trade-offs Samsung made to keep this model lighter and more affordable. It runs a 4,800 milliampere-hour battery with 45-watt wired charging and 20-watt wireless charging, and it launched July 22nd, going on general sale August 5th, 2026. It's available in graphite, cream, and lavender, with pistachio as an online exclusive color option. Reviewers have genuinely been surprised by this one. Engadget called it the device that stole the spotlight from its more expensive sibling, praising how the wider, squatter shape combines the comfort of a regular phone with the usability of a small tablet in a single device. Something they said felt like the best aspects of a smartphone and a small tablet in a single gadget. Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra, the refined flagship. The Ultra starts at $2,099.99 and is also available in the same 3 storage tiers: 256 gigabytes, 512 gigabytes, and 1 terabyte, with 12 gigabytes of RAM on the 2 smaller tiers and 16 gigabytes reserved exclusively for the top-tier model. It keeps the taller, more traditional foldable shape Samsung has used for years, built specifically around productivity and multitasking. The display story here is a big one. The Ultra features a 6.5-inch cover screen protected by Gorilla Glass Ceramic 2 and an 8-inch foldable inner display running at 2504 by 2256 pixels, both at 422 pixels per inch. The main screen uses Dynamic AMOLED 2X technology with Vision Booster, and peak brightness has jumped to 3000 nits. a 15% increase over the previous generation. Samsung also added a new anti-reflective coating this year, which combined with the new Flex titanium hinge, a titanium alloy film paired with a titanium plate built directly into the hinge area, makes the crease significantly less visible than on any previous Z Fold. Physically, it's Samsung's slimmest Z Fold Ultra to date at just 4.1 millimeters thick when unfolded, shaving off another tenth of a millimeter from last year's model while weighing 215 grams. The hinge mechanism itself, which Samsung calls the Armor Flex hinge, was reduced in both thickness and width this generation, delivering lower friction while still preserving overall durability. Camera-wise, the Ultra steps things up significantly with a 200-megapixel main sensor and 3 rear cameras total, compared to just 2 on the standard Fold 8. The ultra-wide lens was upgraded from 12 megapixels to a full 50 megapixels, with its aperture opening up to f1.9, a 34% improvement in brightness for ultra-wide shots specifically. Both the wide and ultra-wide lenses can now shoot 8K video, and Samsung added a new APV codec supporting 8K recording alongside Cinelute, which brings cinematic color grading directly into the camera app for creators. Nightography, Samsung's low-light photo processing, has also been improved this generation. Battery-wise, the Ultra steps up to a 5,000 milliampere-hour cell, roughly a 14% increase over last year's 4,400 milliampere-hour battery, with Samsung claiming up to 27 hours of video playback on a single charge. It launched alongside the standard Fold 8 on July 22nd, with general availability starting August 7th, 2026. Colors include cream, graphite, and violet shadow, with green shadow available as an online exclusive. Tom's Guide called it a major leap forward, specifically praising the brighter, less reflective screen, strong performance, and excellent battery life, though they were quick to point out the $100 price increase as a real sticking point worth considering. The software and AI side of things. Both phones ship with One UI 9 running on top of Android 17, and on the Ultra specifically, it's the first Samsung device to ship with a stable release rather than a beta version straight out of the box. For foldables specifically, One UI 9 introduces 2-way and 3-way split-screen multitasking, along with a new AI assistant activity dashboard that gives you a centralized view of all the AI automations quietly running on your behalf in the background. On the AI side, familiar Galaxy AI features like Photo Assist, Portrait Studio, and Generative Edit all return, alongside newer additions like Call Brief, My Fan Cam, and an enhanced version of Now Nudges, all designed to help you move through daily tasks with less manual effort. Photo Assist specifically now supports written prompts for personalized editing, letting you type out changes you want made to a photo instead of manually selecting tools, and it lets you view the original and edited photo side by side to compare your changes. As a launch incentive, Samsung is also including a 6-month free trial of Google AI Pro with the new lineup, which includes 5 terabytes of cloud storage, normally valued at around $20 a month on its own. Both phones are also backed by up to 7 years of software and security updates, a genuinely strong commitment for foldable devices that historically haven't always received the same long-term support as Samsung's standard flagship phones. Where the reviews get interesting. Here's where it gets genuinely surprising. Multiple outlets are suggesting the Ultra, despite being the more expensive, more flagship device, might actually be the less exciting option this time around. One review put it directly, saying the Z Fold 8 Ultra ticks every box, but it's the boring option now, largely because the standard Z Fold 8's new shape feels like the bigger innovation of the two this generation. That's a strange position for Samsung's most expensive foldable to be in, outshined not by a competitor, but by its own cheaper sibling sitting right next to it on the shelf. The one complaint both phones share, both phones are being marketed as Qi 2 ready for wireless charging, but here's the catch nobody advertises loudly. Neither phone actually has magnets built into the back. To get true Qi 2 magnetic charging and alignment, you need to buy a separate compatible case with the magnets built into it. Compare that to Google's approach with its own foldable competitor, which has the magnets built directly into the device itself, and it's a noticeable gap in an otherwise strong generation of hardware. It's a small detail, but it's the kind of thing that shows up in almost every single review of both phones. A shared asterisk on an otherwise genuinely impressive generation of foldables. The bottom line. So here's the real takeaway. If you want the most refined, productivity-focused foldable Samsung has ever made, complete with the closest thing to a crease-free screen, the best camera system in Z Fold history, and the longest battery life, the Ultra is still the top of the range, priced accordingly at $2,099.99. But if you want the phone reviewers keep describing as the more comfortable, more practical daily driver, the one that stole the spotlight from its own more expensive sibling, the Z Fold 8's new shape might genuinely be the star of this generation, at $200 less, starting at $1,899.99. Let me know in the comments which one you'd actually pick, and if this helped you decide, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more breakdowns like this one.